Did anyone see anything else?
No, not me. I didn't see any
No.
movies.
So the only other one I saw was It.
I saw
And
it.
Yeah.
I really want to see it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be real careful with spoilers and stuff.
Thank you.
It was a really fun movie. I liked it. I loved the kids. Like all of the cast were really good. I was just hoping it would be a little bit scarier, but I
Yep.
think because I was having such a fun time with it, I never felt particularly uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe like there's points where they maybe use a little bit too much CGI, and personally, I feel like I'm getting kind of bored of them like trading in on this like nostalgic view of the 80s that seems to be really popular at the moment. I feel like
Yes.
Stranger Things did it really well.
That's what I heard. I heard a lot of people say that this was just like very Stranger Things.
And also,
Yes.
it doesn't help that the main kid is from Stranger Things.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so,
okay.
I never read the book, because the
Which
book
one
is like
is he, by the way?
Mike in Stranger Things. He's the
Oh, he's like the main kid from
Yeah,
Stranger
the main
Things. Like
kid.
the main
Yes.
kid from It. Okay,
and he's
wow.
the main kid in this. Yeah. Or that's not. He's one of the main kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it is just a very good version of a movie you've seen a lot. Like, if you like this kind of movie, and if you've seen a lot of Stephen King movies, I feel like you've seen this before. This is just a good version of it.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it was fun. It was a lot funnier than I was expecting it to be. Like, there's some real laugh out loud moments.
Okay.
And the girl that plays Beverly, Sophia Lillis, is really good.
She is really good.
Yeah, but and equally, I can't remember his name. Is it Bill Skarsgård, the guy that plays Pennywise?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was fine. Like no problems. I like that they obviously didn't try to just like copy Tim Curry from the miniseries. That was all good. But yeah, I needed it to be a bit more scarier for me.
It
was
also
too fun.
it felt too long and too short. Weirdly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like they could
Like
have
the
either dragged it out or shortened
Well,
it up.
the first hour is really slow, and then the second half is good. It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I feel like it's a lot of story to tell, and either cut some other stuff out and sort of make it tighter, or I don't know. Like, now that we have these, like, I know it already was a miniseries, but now that we have shows like, you know, True Detective and American Horror Story or whatever, these anthology series that can be 13 hours, like, now that those work, like, I kind of wish this was more like that, you know, like, keep up the level of production, but just
Yeah.
tell more of it.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, because so I've read the book but not seen the miniseries.
Okay.
Have you not
And-
seen that yet?
I just haven't. It doesn't appeal to me because I loved the book so much, and every time, like, I hear a lot of good things about the miniseries,
Yeah.
but then I see like a screenshot of it of his face poking out of the sewer, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this because that looks really shit.
Okay.
Because the way this to me from the trailers, it looks like their interpretation of Pennywise and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks more like how it felt in the book.
Yeah, but you've
'Cause-
also got to bear in mind like the miniseries definitely had like budget constraints.
Yeah, no, which isn't, I'm not dissing the miniseries. I'm just saying that's something that would factor into, like, I don't particularly want to watch it because I've had the experience with the book,
Yeah.
and the book is genuinely really good.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch someone fuck it up, no matter what it was, whether it was the budget that fucked it or, whatever. But, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so from reading the book and not seeing the miniseries, like, I know that a bunch of shit got dropped for this film anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
so I agree with you on them making it a series because that would have been awesome. But, like, neither of you two have read the book, right?
No, right.
Liam,
No, I
right.
haven't. No.
Okay. Because that's what I want to know. Is I want someone that's read it to be like
Was it good or
to
not?
hear whether they're like, oh, it's a really good interpretation, or this is nothing like the book, but it's a good film, or
I think I've heard good things in terms of the adaptation. I read one article that there's this one sort of controversial scene toward the
Yeah.
end of the book that they dropped. That's all I know about the adaptation.
And I think
yeah, me and Liam have spoken on here about that scene
It's
when
obvious
Liam was
why
getting
they
ready
dropped
for the
it.
film.
Which sounds crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When you hear like what that scene is, I'm like, how is that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, I'd give it 3.5 out of 5.
I think I gave it 3 out of 5.
That,
Right
yeah,
about there, though.
That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
do think it's a movie that I'll like more the second time I see it.
So I have read as well that they're doing a extended version for the Blu-ray release.
Oh, okay. I'll watch
really
that.
cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of keen to see what they kind of maybe skipped out of the movie that they'll add back in for that.
The
Nice.
problem I had with it, and I think this is probably better explained in the book, is that every character in the movie is so black or white. Like everybody is either like
Yeah.
pure evil or pure good, and
Yeah.
that wasn't interesting to me. And I think as the movie goes on, you sort of know why that is, and that's
Yeah.
sort of the extension of Pennywise or whatever. But like I was just like, oh well, there's nothing interesting about, like, you just know that the kids are all good and basically everybody else is bad, and it was like a very clear dividing line, which I know is sort of true of a lot of things, but just that was sort of strange to me. I wasn't expecting that.
You see, that's a shame because one of the bit that they dropped for the film, which is the whole, there's like an entire second story in the book
Yeah.
about them being adults and like the aftermath of that whole experience, and that would have dealt with your issue there, because that is sort of like, it deliberately is contrasting this like innocence of them being kids with how they all turn out, and like shit doesn't go well for people and as they grow up. So it's sort of,
So the
Like,
mini-series does that, where it shows you both sides of that story. And I don't think this is necessarily spoilers, but they have announced that they're doing a sequel.
Yeah.
see, but that doesn't. But to me, the fact that the story was interwoven with itself, that's you're getting the contrast there and then.
Yeah.
A sequel would be weird if the sequel is them as adults.
Yeah,
Right,
so,
because-
so the mini-series interweaves it, but this one obviously won't be able to. So at the moment, people are kind of trying to
Yeah.
second guess who they will cast as the adults.
Zephron.
So
Yes.
yes,
I'd be
please.
down.
So does the book and the miniseries, and I'm guessing it chapter 2, like, is the adults, is it 27 years later?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're all like close to 40-ish.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, they won't because they're greedy, but I would love it if they waited 27 years before doing the sequel to this.
No, I think it's coming out in 2 years. Yeah, but that would be great
That
to get the
would
whole
as well.
cast back together,
Because you think it was 27 years
Yeah.
between the mini-series and then releasing this movie?
which is crazy.
Oh. Interesting.
That's like Twin Peaks. Like at the end of the original series, it's like, I'll see you in 25 years, and like 25 years later,
Exactly.
they announced the TV series. So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes
Crazy.
things just work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything I've done at cinema. Have you read any books, Jack?
No, I'm still working my way through American Psycho.
Nice.
It's a difficult read.
It's a big boy book, Jack.
No, it's not even that. It's not that the book's hard to read. It's that, like, I think I said on the last episode, but like, it has this real, I see what it's doing,
Yeah.
but what it's doing isn't super interesting to me. Like, it's overplayed. Like, they do this whole, they're trying to get you to experience what it's like for him with his, adult life, and also contrasting it with the like murdering. But like, they just drag out I'm like 50% through, and it's only just started to get sort of murdery. Which I'm like, I get why you're doing it. That
You've been skim reading bits as well, which I don't know how I feel about.
skim reading.
Didn't you say you like?
Oh, I skim read one bit, which
Yeah.
is they have an entire chapter in the book is literally him dissecting the band Genesis, and by skim read, I read half of that chapter, and then was like, I'm gonna like just keep looking until they stop mentioning Genesis, which was the rest of the chapter.
That's funny.
So I don't know how accurate your review's going to be if you haven't actually read the whole book.
Oh well, I'll skim over that bit, Liam.
Wait.
When I give my review, I'll say plus or minus a half a star if the review of Genesis was any
Wait,
good.
so Jack, have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
So
Wow.
after I finish this, I'll watch. Yeah, I know. I don't know how I've not seen the film.
Because I wonder if they just translated Genesis for the movie to Huey Lewis in the News.
So I
no,
think-
he loves
so
Genesis
I-
in the movie too. He does.
Yeah, and he's in the book. He's just started mentioning Huey Lewis in the news.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if
You've got
I know
another
that
chapter
scene.
coming where he reviews that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm genuinely like, I bet there's a fucking chapter in this where he just talks about Huey.
From what I
Huey Lewis
heard,
in the news.
there's like a whole other chapter that's just like a list of things, maybe?
Oh really?
It's a book that I've had on my
God.
shelf for a long time. I just haven't read because as time goes on, it's sort of more apparent how much of an asshole Bret Easton Ellis is. And so
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Okay.
I don't know if I want to read this.
See, I read it when I was a teenager, so we're going back a good few, like probably 15 years ago now was when I read it, and I don't remember it too well, but I just got so bored of Jack basically fucking bumming space shit that he likes to read, where either he likes reading books that have like aliens and that sort of shit in it, or like weird fantasy books that no one cares about.
So Jack, have you read The Dark Tower?
Yeah.
Of
Oh,
course
I
he
love the
has.
Dark Tower.
Because I'm in the middle of the first one right now, and I'm having a hard time getting through. I know that I've heard that the later books are better, but I'm just having a hard time getting into this first one.
The first one is a bit of a weird one because he wrote it when he was super young, and then he rewrote the first book
Right.
and did the rest. Like there's this, so it's this weird. it's in a weird place in it, but honestly it picks up and that series gets really good.
Okay, cool.
And then a lot of people have an issue with, I think it's book 4 or 5. A lot of people are just like, this is the worst book in the series.
Okay.
Which I like. The book that everyone hates is one of the ones that I love, so I don't get it. But
That's cool.
I haven't seen the film though, because I was going to, and then immediately all the reviews were like, this film is shit. And I was like, cool, I don't think I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I was going to rush through the book to go see the movie in theaters, and then the same thing happened. I was just like, oh, I think I can take my time with this book because I'm not going to go see this movie anytime soon. I'm going to watch it at home when I can sort of do something else while watching it in case I get bored.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I basically very politely asked Jack to read some books that were maybe going to be of interest to me, so I didn't have to just sit here bored while he droned on for like 10 minutes about this fucking fantasy kingdom that I didn't care about.
Which
Nice.
you do anyway,
No,
even with the books you've recommended.
No, but genuinely, we have had feedback that your reviews have got a lot better now.
Oh,
But I think that's just. I think I've just got better at reviewing them.
Yeah, because now you're not reading books that you're just bumming and giving like 4 out of 5 all the time. You're actually
Yeah, no,
putting
I
up
do
like
admit,
criticisms and stuff.
It is difficult when you're reviewing so my thing is I read through, or for a while I've not been doing it recently, but I'd go on like the top list of the best sci-fi books, and I'd be like, which ones haven't I read, and I'd read them, which inevitably means I'm going to give everything 4 or 5 stars.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is then, I admit, is fucking boring to listen to someone just be like, yep, I read another amazing book and another amazing book and this third amazing book.
So, Liam, what did you recommend?
So I recommended American Psycho and was it Nocturnal?
Yeah,
Scott
you did.
someone?
You're forgetting one, Liam.
What was the other? Oh, and I read Fluke. I recommended Fluke by James Herbert that you did not like.
No.
Is it the guy who wrote Dune?
I don't think so. He the famous books he wrote was stuff like Rats and I think The Fog he wrote.
I don't know any of these books.
I think he's like a British author.
Okay.
But yeah, you did not like Fluke.
No, it's not a very good
But
book.
I've also recommended House of Leaves that I'm hoping you'll get to soon.
Oh, I've tried to read that several times, and that's very, very challenging to just even like pick up and try to figure out how to read it.
Yeah, I told Jack he had to get a physical copy. He couldn't
Yep.
download it and get like a Kindle version. But I haven't told him why.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Yes. And I think it will be up Jack Street, so I'm really excited for him to read it.
Yeah, I mean, it's on my list. There's something else. I told someone I'd be reading something else first, and I can't remember
Was that
what it
Gibbo?
was. Yeah. Oh, there's something called 13, was it? I think?
Oh, is that the book with the
Maybe.
girl? Is it? Oh, please no.
No idea.
Oh
That
god.
became the movie?
Oh, please.
Oh, is it bad? Oh.
No, it's like.
I don't know if it's the same book or not, but there was a movie that came out like around 2000, right? I think.
God,
called 13?
did like a really depressed, shitty girl tell you to read it?
I don't think Gibbo's a depressed girl, but he might be.
Was it a woman? A girl told you to read it?
No.
No. It wasn't.
Ah.
Okay, then maybe it's not the same book. Okay. Because, like, the movie 13 is, like, about this girl that, like, is 13 years old and then goes off the deep end.
Oh, is
and,
this the one with like Evan Rachel Wood?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that.
Is it 13 Reasons Why?
No.
I hope it's
Oh,
not
it's called
that.
14. There you go. I got it wrong. It's called 14.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, what a number
I got
of
so
mistakes.
nervous for you. I was like, if you have to read a book about this bitch, like, God.